lighting problem where I was having problems with 1911s and stuff reflecting off of here. By the way, Willie, this is a tech mat that I got. Yes, it does list all of the parts on the mat, and then it shows you where the parts are and basically how to assemble it, and then you can just look on. They do have assembly videos online, but anyways, I'm off topic already. I already started ranting. But this is going to be another episode. This is just random thoughts, free thoughts. And I'm gonna be talking about malfunctions that I had with this baby, why it was malfunctioning, and why I think that the Glock is more common than 1911/2011. So stay tuned. All right, so yes, I was having malfunctions with this baby. You can see it's clear. I was basically sighting it in because I had to take it off to adjust something. I had to basically Loctite the screws in. So when I did that, I actually marked the screws to make sure that they're not coming loose. And also I dabbed a black marker on top just to make sure that there was a seal on the top. I got that from I think CNH Precision gave me that tip. But anyways, basically I was having a couple problems with this. Number one is with this trigger being so flat and it's actually fit to my hand, what I was doing is I was actually over gripping it to make my trigger finger try to be flat, when I should have just been trying to grab it like this so that my hook on my finger could be like straight like that. And once I started doing that, you actually have to get in the habit of doing that, because otherwise, you know, coming from this platform, there is no flat hook. You know, you just pulling straight back, and then by the time you get back, that's when your finger's flat. And also there's no thumb support. So there's two separate systems that you got to get used to. So in the process of that, you know, going back and forth, I actually kind of got more used to this than this. So I had to readjust and re-equip myself. But with it being a flat trigger, basically wherever you grab it, it's gonna feel the same. So you have to get acclimated with one finger grip, one like pad grip on the trigger, I guess you could say, and practice with that. So mine's is about right there, but you still have to grip it. It's like you got to find the balance of gripping it hard enough to where it ain't gonna recoil enough to fly out your hand, and you want to be consistent with your grip and your draw every time so that you can find the red dot quickly, I should say. So yeah, that's about my grip that I was getting, and I just had to practice with it. I put about probably 400 more rounds through it just this weekend, about 100 more trying to actually confirm zero, and then I got my target. And what I did, once I finally started getting more target, and you can see this was my first group, this was my second, and it was so close that I actually ripped the paper. You see that? And that group is like, man, not even an inch. I'd say this was probably like 1.25 inches maybe. And then this was my third one, my fourth one when I adjusted, and then this was my fifth, this was my sixth. No, sorry, this was my fifth, and then this was my sixth once I finally got it, and then I confirmed zero right there. So you can see how small my groups were. And this was from a supported position. Supported positions, by the way, like just resting your hand on something at the range, or actually sitting down and stuff. You might look stupid, but it actually helps, and it makes the shots very stable and easy to confirm. You don't want to waste a lot of ammo when you do your zero. But anyways, so the problems I was having with this, and this is really why I think a lot of people, let me not disassemble it on camera because you would be tripping. The problem that I was having basically was that it wasn't ejecting properly, and that's one or two reasons, and we're gonna figure out why here in a little bit. Just wipe this down because I know this thing is dirty, and I'm gonna put some oil on this stuff while I'm talking. But it's either because my ejector or my extractor is dirty and or needs to be tuned again, because it does come loose, and or look at that, I think it's dirty, and or it could be my ejector channel is dirty too. So it could be either one of those things. Look at how dirty that thing is, man. But with this Teflon coating on here, it just wipes right off. Look at how dirty that is, right there. And then it just wipes right off. It's not gonna clean it off, but it does wipe most of the gunk off. But we're about to see why, and I bet you it's my extractor. Let me see if my extractor is actually dirty. I'm gonna try to see if I can do this on camera. Yeah, it's filthy. It is filthy. I've got so much gunk in there, but not enough to cause malfunctions. So that means that it's definitely loose. It's definitely gotten loose. And with this being spring steel, it does come loose with round count and time. That's why most manufacturers will actually make them really, really tight out of the factory. Tight enough to where they work, but to where they won't lose their tension before 500. Okay, this is just with the dummy round, and I can tell that it ain't got no tension on that. So let's try with a couple different. I'm try with 3 different rounds. My frangible, full metals, and then range ammo. Let's see. All 3 different tolerances. And what I'm doing basically is that little hook right there. This little hook right here. I'm just seeing if it's still got enough tension to actually grab the bullet, because it grabs it right here and then basically snatches it out on the way out. And that was the malfunction I kept having. That was snatching it on the way out. Yeah, I can tell just how it's sitting right now. It ain't got no tension for real. It should be like 3, I would say 4 or 5 shakes before it comes out, but let's see. Yeah, it's very loose. So I just gotta readjust that. It's actually tight on here in this one, but I rarely use this ammo because it's so hot. So yeah, on that one it's different. And this is why you want to use different types of ammo when you're testing it, especially the ammo that you run in your home defense or at the range. Yeah, see, real loose. So these 2 were real loose. This one was real tight, but this one is, I want to say this is remanufactured. So it might be a little tight. The tolerance is a little off. Yeah. But these 2 is more true to spec because I use these the most often, and these are the most close to NATO spec. This is my range ammo, and this is mostly my home defense ammo. So yeah, I gotta readjust that extractor, and also I want to check my firing pin channel to see if it's actually been getting dirty and mucked up, which I know it has, just because that's the nature of the beast. But let's just see how dirty it's gotten, because that is directly dealing with the explosion and everything. If I can get this freaking pin out there, just snatch it out. Let's see how dirty that bad boy is. But we still want to clean it and lube it up. So I'm gonna some here. And this is why I think that the 1911 a lot of times is turned away from so often, because it does take maintenance. It does require maintenance. It requires you to take it out of the safe and clean it after you use it or after a range trip. And maintenance, you have to check on your springs, because those springs wear down, and it's not like a Glock spring where you can just replace it. You have to get the right poundage. You have to make sure that everything is copacetic in your system, because it is a functioning system where everything has to work in tangent with each other. You can't just throw springs in here and hope that they'll work. I mean, you can try, but it won't. You have to have the right poundage on all your springs, and if you don't, then it won't work properly. It won't what's the word I'm looking for? Make sure that this bolt, or I'll just set this bolt face. This isn't a Desert Eagle. You got to make sure that your poundage is all right, otherwise it won't function cyclically. It won't shoot flat. Not zero. What's the term I'm thinking of? Somebody leave it in the comments. See, I got this built up gunk right here. Let's tip it at, and that's just from regular fire. And also, this does have a lot more wearable parts. So not only the springs, but the ejector, the extractor. Then you have the firing pin spring, also the barrels. Barrels on Glocks are wearable parts, or consumable parts, I should say, like parts that are very easily replaced, and that are easy to wear out. But as far as the 1911, definitely has more, because the barrel, if you got the bull barrel, you got to replace that recoil spring as well. And the bull, and then the bushing, if you're not a bull, you gotta do that. And I know that 1911s definitely can survive a higher round count than the the Glocks, but the Glocks, people say they're more reliable. I think it's that comes with people having to do less maintenance on them. So people say, hey, I'll just pick it up and it works. And 9 times out of 10, people aren't getting them dirty enough to where they don't need to actually clean them and stuff like that. So 9 times out of 10, you can just pick it up and it'll work. But 1911s is not like that. Definitely require more maintenance. This is definitely more of a bougie gun to me, and I definitely like that about it. It costs more because it has more parts, more fitment. It's more of a personalized firearm, especially when you build it yourself. You get to actually ask yourself, what do I want from this firearm? And you can do that with any, but with this one specifically, you can ask, like, what do I want from this? And then actually cater the project to what you want from it and go from there. It's like you can cater it to your actual needs that you want from the project. Whereas a Glock is a Glock is a Glock is a Glock. You can build a 1911 that nobody has, but can you build a Glock that nobody has? I mean, I guess if you get the right accessories, yeah, but 2011s are just more personalized, in my opinion. Now, they have become very mainstream, especially with the all these 2011, 3011s, 4011s coming out. Everybody's making one. They got ones that take Glock mags. They got some that take SIG mags now. But those are still, built from the factory. They can be personalized. I know, what is it? Not 1911 Builders. The company that makes the Platypus, they actually have a pretty decent customization line or whatever, but it's still factory fit. Just like the problems that I had with Staccato, it's more of a factory thing than, that's why I like building mines, because I can personally choose my parts from different manufacturers if I want to, and actually have it working just like I want it out of the box. And I don't have to worry about fitment issues, because if I do, then I can fix it myself. I don't have to worry about any lead times unless there's like a shortage on parts, because then I can just source it from other places. And then the thing about knowing about CNC shops, I can get blank slides and mill them myself. I can get a blank frame and mill it myself how I want it to, how I want it to be. And then you can buy the blank grips and stipple it yourself now, because I got a stipple kit now. So, you know, this is definitely more customizable. Now you can stipple Glocks, but who doesn't stipple a damn Glock? Like, come on. That's not really nothing new. I'd love to see somebody who's like customizing metal grips. That's what I would love to see. Really, you only really got a couple options, and they all cost like $600-700 on the stipple side. On both ends, actually. It's not really a cheap stipple option that I've seen that doesn't have a quadruple 10-year lead time, which is crazy that they be costing so much. Like, but these definitely require more maintenance, and I think that deters a lot of people from them. But me, I enjoy. It's like therapy for me. You know, cleaning. Finding a problem and fixing it. Especially when I first got into building this, it was like understanding the platform, knowing how it works, basically finding the problem, thinking of a solution, trying to research a problem, trying to research a solution. Also, look at how dirty my light is as well. It's like kind of filthy. But it's like trying to find a problem sometimes to something that don't even exist, or something that's not even a big deal, or something that's a big, small solution, but you don't know, because a lot of times the information just isn't out there for this platform because it's not so popularized like it used to be. And with YouTube being able to crack down so hard on assembly, disassembly, all of that stuff, it's been really hard to find information, like really hard to find videos about stuff. And that's why I think it's more important now than ever to actually try to inform people about stuff like this, like telling people how to take stuff apart, put it back together, stuff like that. By the way, I think I want a freaking I want a bull barrel for this, man. This barrel's cool and all. I think I want that bull barrel. I just want to be able to use my reverse plug, so I might be starting a new project soon. Or I might just buy a freaking bull barrel and pop it in here. It'd probably be cheaper just to do that. But yeah, it's like therapy to me. I get to do this stuff. Talk to you guys about random thoughts that I have about different platforms and stuff, and also get to pass on tips and tricks to you guys about stuff that be going on that y'all probably aren't privy to, because a lot of times the information just isn't out there, and that's my job, just to put it out there as best I can. This probably isn't gonna work. Yeah, I'll be having to find that groove. There we go. I'll be trying to show as much assembly as I can without getting in trouble. Cause YouTube ain't struck me yet, knock on wood, but man, I hope I don't get struck. When they strike, boy, they strike. It's like a pitcher, man. Once they strike, they strike. Once they strike, and they striking. But yeah, this platform definitely requires more maintenance. It has more parts, more stuff that can be fit, and with more parts comes more customization, obviously. And I think that makes it a tad more I'm not gonna say user friendly. It makes it more customizable than all the Glock platforms that you can think about. There's nothing wrong with Glock. If you like it, I love it. You know, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't buy one if I didn't like it. Let's just put it like that. Like, I wouldn't have a whole bunch of them if I didn't like it, but I do, and I did. So, you know, it's a cool platform. It definitely requires less maintenance for sure. I'll probably put like 1,500 rounds through this without cleaning it. It's still actually dirty. I still haven't cleaned it, but I know if I put a mag in right now, it'll still run. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But this right here, gotta adjust that extractor, right? Isn't that the extractor? Yeah, because the ejector's on the frame. But I need to buy this tool because I keep marring up my slide trying to get the extractor out. So I'm gonna wait till I buy this little tool, and then I'll actually probably show it off and then show you how to use it. Because I haven't seen no videos about it. It's a Dawson Precision extractor removal tool. It's pretty sweet how it looks, but I gotta test it and let you know. But I'm just happy I got this red dot re-zeroed, so it's actually feasible. I'm gonna be able to use it again, and I do like cleaning mine because I actually waited to clean this until I could film it, which has like been driving me crazy because I like cleaning my stuff as soon as I leave the range. And this thing, it needs to be oiled up for sure. But I love oiling these things up, polishing them up, cleaning them up, making them so that they're not so dirty, making them usable again. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and tuning. That's what it's called when you tune it, so that you don't have a whole bunch of recoil, so that it returns to the center. So if you're shooting it, like pow, 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 you want to tune it so that you go right back to the same spot after the recoil. Tuning your springs. I couldn't think of it now. It just came to me. Let me know in the comments below if that happens to you, if you just be thinking of something and it comes to you randomly. But let me know what y'all think in the comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, get you some dummy rounds, be safe, and stay dangerous.